next up, I have got Richard. Let me see if I can find Richard Aston. And Richard's going to talk a lot about what's going on with Amazon right now as far as getting things into the Amazon warehouses. Richard Aston, I'm going to make you the presenter, Richard, just know that. And you can also, oops, Reza, I've unmuted you, my apologies. Unmute yourself at any time, Richard. As soon as you're ready, you should be able to unmute yourself, and you'll have been asked to share your screen if you want to share your screen with us. If you don't, then that's cool too, mate. Hello, Richard. Yes, we're still getting mic issues. Here we go. Thank you. Just need to turn your mic on, mate, so we can see that. You should have just a simple way of getting us volume back on again.
Hang on.
Yo,
can you hear me?
There you go, mate. Bada boom, we can hear you.
You can?
We can.
Good.
How are you, mate?
All right. Good evening.
Hello, hello. Can I just say, before you get into it, Richard, let me quickly just introduce you, just in case people don't know who the hell you are, mate.
Sure. Thank you.
So, Richard has been with the Aussie online entrepreneurs for quite some time now, over a year now, and has helped heaps of the Aussie online entrepreneurs, myself included, to do prep services. So primarily, his company, which is called FBA Prep Australia, was offering prep services, so applying labels, boxing things, bundling things together for you, and they did a wonderful job of that because of the success of what they did, and because so many Aussie online entrepreneurs found out and discovered Richard and what the awesome job they were doing. They've now moved into other things as well, which is fantastic. Hopefully Richard will mention some of those tonight for us. But and Richard looks after all of my stuff for me. So when you're talking about in terms of the best praise I can give somebody, I use Richard all the time. If I ever need anything doing, Richard does it for me, because I know it's going to get done properly, gets done at a great price as well, and it doesn't go wrong. And in Amazon, that's massively important. So with that being said, Richard, over to you, mate.
Thank you very much, Neil. Good evening, everyone. What a great introduction. Talk about foot calluses and then introduce Richard Anderson. That's fabulous, mate. Thank you. Okay, so let me see if I can retrieve something from there. What I'd like to do this evening is talk about some of the changes that Amazon have been making worldwide in their storage of products, how we can help, and some big changes are afoot with FBA Prep, and I want to talk about those and explain what we're doing there. So let me run through first of all. I did speak to you guys, or some of you guys, a few months ago. There were some changes that have happened then. So some of this might be repeating, but I'll update you with where things are at the moment. So Amazon have changed their business quite dramatically worldwide, and it happened when COVID hit. Amazon were swamped, and they banned all new products, and this is in the US. And for a while, they were just dealing with non-COVID emergency product shipments only for a short while. Then in the USA, they've subsequently to that, they've allowed other products in, but in limited quantities. For new sellers, it's 200 per new SKU until your sales are proven, and then there's an increase in the limits. So 200 per new SKU is the limit that they're imposing, because they've been swamped, because they have a fixed amount of storage space even though they've got lots and lots of warehouses, they've got lots and lots of product. So that's in the US. In Australia, in August, they introduced some draconian measures to limit new sellers to 299 units for their first shipment. And then subsequent to that, and for experienced sellers, they set the storage capacity at 90 days sales based on your last week's actual sales. So if you run out of stock, and then your sales crash and your inventory limits are dropped dramatically. And a lot of people have been finding that. As you can imagine, if you, but because you've only got a small amount of stock that you can put into Amazon now, very easy to run out of stock, your sales crash, and that impacts your 90-day sales based on your last week's actual sales. And so your inventory limit drops and you're in a spiral down and down. So some options. Number one, don't run out of stock. Number two, have spare or excess stock in Australia ready to replenish the FBA warehouse regularly. Number of places you could put that. Obviously, one of the things that we offer is warehouse storage. So we would happily store excess stock for you, and I'll talk in a minute about what changes we've seen since August, but a lot of sellers had stock on the water coming to Australia, and then all of a sudden their allowed inventory in Amazon was significantly reduced and they don't know what to do with that stock. So that's something we can help you with, but I'll come to that in a minute. The third option is that you can set up a second SKU for each ASIN. Yeah, yes, it is allowed. You can have one SKU for FBA sales and one for FBM. So if any replenishment, if there are any replenishment delays, you can fulfill FBM and your FBM SKU gets the buy box as soon as your FBA product runs out. So you keep on selling even though you've got no stock in at Amazon. And I guess that leads on to how can we help you with that? If you want our help, we can hold your excess stock. We can fulfill FBM for you as you wait for your FBA to replenish. But do note that FBA is always the preferred option so that you capture your Amazon Prime sales. So we're doing a lot now of storage of product for people and doing small FBA prep shipments into Amazon as the stock levels allow with our sellers. Hope that makes sense. So there's a few options there, but the big one is don't run out of stock, because that will give you big problems. Just on a side note, one thing that you're probably aware of is about, obviously, freight costs and freight lead times anywhere in the world at the moment. But I guess what we're talking about here is into Australia. Freight costs have gone up and availability of freight has gone down, largely due to COVID-19 and the fact that there's not many planes flying around the world these days. But also in Australia at the moment, it's not been well publicised, but there has been significant disruption at the ports due to union issues and overtime bans, etc. And there are significant delays. Sydney Port just recently was experiencing 17-day delay. Ships were sitting in the bay for 17 days before they could get into the port. So what that's done is it has slowed down the import of a lot of products into Australia. It's put the cost of ocean freight as well as air freight up. We're seeing some shipments coming from Asia into Australia now at double the price they were 3 months ago. And partly that's due to the shipping lines don't want to send their ships to Australia, because having a ship sit off Sydney for 17 days ain't good for them. So the availability is dropping and therefore the price is going up, supply and demand. So I just throw that in just so that you're aware that there are delays and there's also increased costs, but it's the same for everybody. So it's not, woe is me because it's going to put my costs up. It's exactly the same for anyone. It's the same for Coles and Woolies, as well as online sales. Okay, what has happened with us? Big changes are afoot. First of all, since the Amazon changes that I mentioned just then, we have had a huge number of inquiries, as you could imagine, and we have outgrown our current warehouse. So I've been warehouse shopping today, which is why I was late into the call. We will be taking over a much larger warehouse in a couple of weeks' time, so that we will have plenty of space to store all your product. And we are about 15 minutes from a fulfillment centre called BNE1, which is Amazon's new fulfillment centre in Brisbane, in Lytton. So big new space, early November. The second thing is that we have a lot more customers and a lot more SKUs. Plus, as you're probably aware, not only do we do storage and FBA prep, but we do fulfillment for FBM, eBay, Shopify, etc., etc. So because of the significant increase in the number of customers and therefore the complexity of our business, we're investing in a new warehouse management system called 3PL Central. Some of you may be aware that we only just upgraded our IT systems only probably 4 or 5 months ago, but we've already outgrown them. And so this 3PL Central is a complete warehouse management system. It will automate our processes more and give you full transparent access via an online portal to your stock in our warehouse. So you will better log in to your own portal, see your stock, see your orders, see your tracking, etc. So you won't have to send Richard Aston an email and wait for however long it takes for me to get back to you. You better do all of that yourself. Fantastic for you and for us. We'll be rolling this out over the next 6 weeks, and we'll be in touch with existing customers individually to take you through that. All new customers, as of next week, will be put straight onto this system. One of the things I'm really passionate about is providing customer service for people. And as our business has grown and the complexity grows, I get very frustrated at not being able to provide, or the danger of not being able to provide good service to people. And so, I think the upgrade of the software will enable us to keep that personal touch to you, whilst at the same time managing, your thousands and thousands of SKUs that come through our warehouse each and every day. That's me done. Neil, have you got any questions in relation to anything or anything you want to add to that?
Well, first up, can I say success well deserved, mate. You guys have been doing a bloody wonderful job, and
thank you.
Deservedly you're growing, and deservedly your business is growing, and that is kudos to you guys. I have used a shitload of different 3PL services and warehousing services in Australia. Yep. And been constantly disappointed with the level of customer service and that you get, and that's why I am wholeheartedly backing you guys, because there's as far as I'm concerned, there's nobody better. So yeah, well-deserved success, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, let's have a look. So Damo says, I've got a product that has batteries and is expensive to send from Canberra. Can I drop off products to your warehouse? Otherwise, it's not viable. So you're okay with batteries and things like that?
Yep. We need to understand what the batteries are, but most Amazon has rules around batteries. I'm assuming you're just talking about little small batteries. I'm sure we can deal with that. We do already with a number of battery products. Can they be dropped off? Yes, so long as you coordinate with us. No problem at
all. Question from this really cheeky bastard called Neil. Is there a discount for AOE members?
For you? No, I don't think so. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. So we have special discount rates. So if you haven't already made contact with us and you're going to, then please mention that you're an AOE member, and we'll provide you with those discount rates, most certainly.
I will say this as well. I mean, Richard kind of glossed over this, but I believe this is a massively important component of it. In the run-up into Christmas, as Richard said, you can set up an existing listing, what's currently FBA. You can set up a second SKU under that to be FBM. So you can get around these measures that Amazon have put in place to limit the number of products that we're able to put into their warehouse. You can get around all that. It's very, very simple. Just get Richard and his team to look after that for you. They'll be able to get around that for you. So when other people are running out of stock, you don't have to run out of stock. You can carry on selling. You can scoop up all that available money that's to be made there as well. Yep. Somebody saying, how do they get in contact with you? Lots of people saying, how do they get in contact with you? Do you want to bring your website up on the screen? We can see your screen, by the way, so just bring up your business website.
Just 1 second.
Is this vanilla? Is there a discount page? This question, we're not specifically right, how they consider where. And also a lot of people saying, when are you going to expand into the US of A?
Well, we can't even travel to the US of A at the moment.
There you go. That's your next. That's a
good question, and one that we will think about.
Yes, there you go. All right, so that's it. It's FBA Prep Services Australia.com, FBA Prep Services Australia.com. So if you're watching the recording of this and you want to find out where Richard's at, it's at FBA Prep Services Australia.com. By the way, Richard's also a member of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs, of course, and so you'll be able to tag Richard in a post. But be mindful, of course, that he's bloody busy. Clearly, the business is growing, and he's wanting to provide awesome services for everybody. So if he doesn't get back to you immediately, don't have a hissy fit. He's running a business as well, okay? So, but you can tag him in a post in the Facebook group too.
Thank you, and please be gentle and kind to us as we try and move from one premises to the other and keep our business going at the same time. Give us a little bit of rope for the few days that it takes us to do that. Would be much appreciated.
You're a gentleman, Richard. And again, mate, huge congratulations on your success. That is very, very well deserved. You guys are doing an awesome job. I'm really proud of what you're doing. I just think it's bloody fantastic.
Thank you for the time on your call. Thanks, guys. Good to talk to you.
No worries, mate. All right, I'm going to mute Mr. Aston. There we go. And I've just brought up the website just in case you didn't get that. I'm going to post that link into the chat as well. I just love seeing businesses that are doing the right things and to all become successful. I just love that. And I think as a community, we can get behind Richard and get behind what he's doing and support this guy as he builds a business and provides great services. Heaps of Aussie online entrepreneurs who are just stoked. I get emails all the time, just stoked with what Richard's doing. And you know, when you recommend somebody and they do such a bloody awesome job, and then the customers that you've recommended come to you and say, thank you so much for recommending Richard. He's just gone above and beyond again. It's just wonderful. And so, yeah, I've got absolutely no hesitation in recommending what he's up to.
Hey, Neil here. Just before you go away, that was a question that I got asked on my regular Monday night Q&A session, which I have with the members of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. So if you're interested in joining us as an Aussie Online Entrepreneurs, then you can click on the link below to find out a lot more about that. And also, as a special thank you for watching this video, I've got a great book that I want to give you for free. It's a current bestseller on Amazon, and it teaches you everything that you would need to know about starting a business here in Australia on Amazon. So you can see that just up there. So if you'd like to get a copy of that for free, then again, just click on the link below and you'll get a copy of that. You'll get taken to a page where you can get a copy of that for absolutely free. Hope you enjoyed that little snippet from one of my Aussie Online Entrepreneur Q&A sessions, and make sure that you subscribe to my channel and also like this video. And if you've got a question that you would like answering, then post it in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer it, whether on one of these videos for you or directly in the comments directly below. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time on the next of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs Amazon FBA Australia videos. See you soon.